Hi, welcome to the small shed. Back in business. It's time to have a bit of a tidy up in here for a reasonably good reason. See you in a minute. Now, while I've been effectively housebound for 10 weeks or so, I bought a lot of stuff in from the shed, the men's shed, so that I'd have stuff to do if I did get 5 minutes in the shed. As it happened, I didn't get a lot of time to do anything, but I brought stuff here so I could be getting on with projects that I'd started. And as you may have seen or will see in the future, I've finished off a pipe boxing or an electric cupboard boxing for the shed. I've had the community library here doing a few bits and pieces on it, and I spent a couple of days cutting up timber from the sheets that I brought back for the little hand caddies that we make as well, the totes. So it's been useful, but the time has come to get that stuff out the shed because I've reached the stage where I can hardly move in here, and it's time to actually get out and do some work in here now, and I just can't get in. There's all the stuff I've cut for the new caddies that we're making at the shed, and they're lying around everywhere in various stages of completion. There's some half finished ones at the back, there's the blanks, there's boxes full on the floor, there's the actual formers that I use for creating them and machining them on the jigs. There's one underneath there. There's a box full there, there's the community library, more of those there. And so I really need to get rid of some of this because I just can't move in here at the moment. And it's no better in the garage. We'll go out there and have a look. So it's time to go and get rid of some of this stuff, both up the tip and at Menin Sheds, and then we'll see where we go from there. Right, so that's got the place a bit tidier. I've got a bit of room in here at last, and we can start and do things. And one of the first things I want to do is unwrap a Christmas present I've had. So let's go and get that in. Now, one of the very few advantages I've had of the last 10 weeks of isolation and not being able to go out do anything is that because my wife also couldn't go out, she wanted me to get a Christmas present for myself. And as it happened, somebody up on Woodworking UK came up with mentioning that these were on offer around Black Friday time, and it was something that I must confess I had looked at a long while ago, and there were mixed reviews on them, and at the time I'd got sufficiently good pillar drill of my own, so I thought I'd leave it and see. But this came up at a very attractive price, and the pillar drill I've already got has been a bit of a nuisance for the last few weeks. It's been a bit sketchy, so I think it's time for a replacement. It might not be perfect, but as we don't have a lot of room in here for anything, I thought this might fit the bill. So it's a new Bosch pillar drill. It's electronically controlled, so hopefully I won't have any more problem with slipping belts and having to change belts to get different speeds and all that sort of thing. So I'm just going to get all the bits out and have a look and put it together and see how it fares against the other stuff that we've got. Everything out of the box. 3-year guarantee. A manual. I don't think there's a huge amount of assembly required. It's like a clamp, the base, and I think I saw an Allen key at some point. I haven't lost that already. Oh yes, there it is. And the fence. So it's a nice cast aluminium base. It carries the vertical pillar. I assume that 99% of the manual is not needed. Yeah, here we are. English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages, for which I require a 244 5-page manual. Very good. That will save the planet. Assembly. So we've got a drive unit with a drill column, base plate, quick action clamp, which is that one, parallel guide, which is that one, and a hex key, which is there. Slide the quick action onto the drill, which is that one. It's fairly intuitive that you'd put that in there. And then we'll just do up the Allen screw at the back. Right. So it's a keyless chuck, which I'm not the greatest fan of, but I'm sure there exists a possibility to be able to change it if I find a problem with that. Plug it in. That fence slides into the T-tracks, and again I may well make myself a wooden base that you can use with fences and things. For that will slide out of the way if I don't need it as a clamp. Let's get a bit of scrap wood. Presumably that will, yeah, clamp that down nice and solidly when I want to. Put some drills, see if we can find out how the chuck works. So I turn the securing ring to unlock, which I've done. Fully insert the tool. Hold it in the holder and turn the clamping sleeve anti-clockwise. Oh, it is like a normal one, I see, yes. And then you do the lock up that way. That's it. So that should be that. It's not as difficult as I thought it shouldn't be difficult, but I couldn't quite see how it worked. Right, depth. Oh, I see. You can set the depth as well. I see, yep. So that now I can set presumably a depth stop. Maybe, I don't know. Yes. So that gives me a 0 start, 22mm depth, so that's useful. That means I can touch it off at the surface of the material, like there, set it to 0, lock it. No, I can then set the depth and run down as deep as I want to. Yeah, got that. Okay, that's good. Happy with that. There's a pair of lasers there that tells me where it's going to hit, and there's a light to illuminate it, which is brilliant. So that is a huge improvement already on everything that I've got. So we then start the drill. That gives me the adjustment for the drill speed on the readout, and this switch on the side alternates between the speed ranges. So for instance, that one runs 610 to 2,500, and this other speed setting runs 180, no, 200 to 850. So that gives me a choice of speeds to run at as well without having to swap belts. That's good. And then there's a little emergency stop button on the top, which is good as well. Like that. Excellent, happy with that. Now that gives me exactly what I wanted. It may not be perfect, but it's certainly a vast improvement on what I've got already. There's only one minor problem with that, and it's something that I have been considering for a while. This base plate is quite wide. It's 330mm, and my existing drill that slides in at the side of the bandsaw is only 200, and that only just fits in there. So that means I'm not going to be able to get this underneath the chop saw into that area there where I currently keep the drill. So that was really part of the reason for tidying up this area here. I think what I'm going to do is build a small trolley using the sustainers that I've got over there on a little wheeled trolley, so that I can have the pillar drill permanently out. I've had that much junk in this corner for the last 10 or 12 weeks that I realised that I can actually put something not too big in that corner and it won't be a problem, and the drill will at least then be immediately available whenever I want it, and the only thing I've got to get out then is the bandsaw. So I think that's going to be the way I go with it. But that's the Christmas present anyway, that's something. So there we are, it's been a good day. I've got a lot of stuff out of the shed. I've got a bit of room now. I can go and get one of the neighbours' cats and swing round in here. And we've got a Christmas present as well, something that I wanted, which is not always what you get at Christmas. So good day all round. Hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you next time. See you soon. Bye.